Hello friends, in this video tutorial, we are going to learn how to display dynamic MySQL data in Bootstrap Offcanvas by using Node.js with Vanilla JavaScript Fetch API without page refresh. Nowadays Bootstrap Offcanvas are become very popular and important user interface for any kind of websites. And with Offcanvas, we can do lots of things. Mostly Offcanvas are used for add, update and delete data. And even for display dynamic data on Bootstrap Offcanvas also. Here we will use Vanilla JavaScript Fetch API for display dynamic content in Bootstrap Offcanvas. Now let's start discussing this topic. So this is our testing database. And under this, we have one employee table with table column like ID, name, address, gender, designation and age, and under this, we have already inserted some data. So first, we will fetch all data in table and then after, when we have click on any row of table, then that row, employee data will be displayed under Bootstrap Offcanvas by using Node.js. Now we have goes to terminal, and here, we have goes into working directory. And after this, we have run this command, which will download and install Express Framework and MySQL library. Now we have opened our working directory in text editor, and here we have already made data.html and server.javascript file. So now first, we want to load employee data in table. So here, in HTML file, we have create one table with class is equal to table, table border and table hover. Under this, we have create on table head tag, and under this, we have create one table row tag. And under this, we have create two table heading tag with text like employee name and designation. After this, we have create table body tag with ID is equal to employee table. Now we have goes to JavaScript code part, and here, we have create one JavaScript function with name like load data with ID is equal to blank value as parameter. Under this function, we have create one request variable as JavaScript object. And in first key, we have write method, and here we have defined post method. In second key, we have to write headers, and here we have defined JSON content type. In third key, we have to write body, and under this, we can define which data we want send to server. So here, we have to write JSON.stringify method, and under this we have to write ID variable, which will convert your variable to JSON, and send it in the request body. Now for make Ajax request, we have used JavaScript Fetch API, so here, we have to write fetch method with two parameter, and in first parameter, we have to write /fetch data, and in second parameter, we have to write request variable, so it will send Ajax request to this URL. After this, we have to write then callback function with response variable as parameter. And this function will be called if it has received data from server, and under this function, we have to write return statement with response.json method, which will convert data in JSON format. After this, we have again write then method with callback function with data as argument. Under this function, we have create one HTML variable with blank value. And under this variable, we will store employee data in HTML table format. Now we have write if statement, and under condition, we have to write ID variable value is equal to blank. If this condition true, then it will execute if block of code, and here, we have to write data dot result dot map callback function with row variable as parameter. Under this function, we have to write HTML variable, and here, we have to append this HTML table code. Now in table row tag, we have to write onClick attribute is equal to load data function. And in parameter, we have to write $character with open and close bracket. And between this, we have to write row.id variable, so when we have click on this row, then it will called load data function. After this, in first column, we have to write row.name variable, which will print employee name data. And in second column, we have to write row.designation, so it will print employee designation data. So on every loop, it will store employee data under this variable in HTML table format. Now for display data in table, so here we have to write table body variable is equal to document.querySelector method, and under this, we have to write table ID employee table. And after this, we have to write table body.inner HTML property is equal to HTML variable. So it will display employee data under this table, and now our function is ready. So now we want to call this function when page has been loaded, so here we have called this load data function. Now we have goes to server.javascript file, and under this file, first we want to include required dependency. So here, we are using Express framework to create our server. After this, body parser is used to parse incoming request bodies. And the MySQL2 package is used to handle our interaction with the MySQL database. After this, we have include path module for serve the static files from public images folder. Now, we have to initialize our Express application by using this code. After this, we have configure body parser for handle the JSON data by using this code. Next we want to display employee images from the public images folder by using this code. So it will set up the foundation for our server. After this, we have to configure MySQL Database. So for configure our MySQL Database connection by using this code. And here, we have to specify host, username, password and database name details. Now we want to establish MySQL database connection. So for establish the connection to the MySQL database by using connection.connect method, so it will try to make database connection. And inside the callback function, we have to check for any error. If an error occurs, then we can log an error message and terminate the process. Otherwise, we can log that we are connected to the database. Next, we set up a route by using app.get method with this argument. When someone navigates to the root URL of our server, then this code will be called. and we serve an HTML file named data. And we are essentially setting up the initial interface for users to interact with. After this, we have to create another route for handle Ajax request. So here, we have to write app.post method with two parameters. In first parameter, we have to write /fetch data, and in second parameter, we have to write callback function with request and response variable. Under this function, first we have to write id variable is equal to request.body.id variable. After this, we have create query variable, and under this, we will store dynamic select query for fetch data. Now we have to write if statement, and under condition, we have to write id variable value is equal to blank. If this condition true, that means we have to write query for fetch all data from employee table. So here, we have to write query variable is equal to select id, name, designation from employee table, order by id, in descending order. But suppose above condition false, that means we have to write select query for fetch single employee data only. So here, we have to write query variable is equal to select star from employee table, where id is equal to id variable. Now we want to execute above query, so here, we have to write connect.query method with two parameters. In first parameter, we have to write query variable, and in second parameter, we have to write callback function with error and result variable as parameter. Now under this function, we have to write response.json method, and under this method, we have to write result variable, so it will send data to Ajax in JSON format. After this, we have to start our server, so here we have to write app.listen method with two arguments. In first argument, we have to write 3000 port, and in second argument, we have to write callback function, so it will start our server to listen on the port 3000. And when the server starts, we log a message indicating that it is listening on port 3000. Now we have goes to terminal and run node server file. So it will start our server, and here we can see database connection message and server start message. Now here in browser, we have write localhost with port 3000. So here, on web page, we can see that employee data has been loaded in tabular format. Now we have click on any row of data, then that row employee data must be displayed under Offcanvas Sidebar. So for this, we have goes to data.html file, and here, we have to create Offcanvas Sidebar component. So here, we have to write division tag with class is equal to Offcanvas and Offcanvas end. Here, this Offcanvas class will creates the Offcanvas sidebar. And this Offcanvas end class is to define position of the Offcanvas to right side. After this, we have to write tab index attribute is equal to -1. Next we have to write id attribute is equal to Offcanvas component, which we will use in JavaScript code. Now under this tag, we have create another division tag with class is equal to Offcanvas header. And under this tag, we have to write header 5 tag with class equal to Offcanvas title. And in text, we have to write employee details, and now for make close button. So here we have to write button tag with type is equal to button, and class is equal to button close class. After this, we have to write database dismiss attribute is equal to Offcanvas. And area label attribute is equal to close, so it will make close button. After this, here we have create one division tag with class is equal to Offcanvas body. So under this Offcanvas body class, we can add our content inside this division tag. So here, our Offcanvas HTML code is ready. Now we have moved to JavaScript code for Offcanvas interaction. So here, we have create one Offcanvas variable, and this variable, we will use for show and hide Offcanvas. After this, we have to create another Offcanvas body variable. And here, we have to write document.querySelector method with Offcanvas body class. Next, we have create Offcanvas component variable is equal to document.querySelector method with Offcanvas component ID. Now we have to write Offcanvas variable is equal to new bootstrap.offcanvas method, and under this, we have to write Offcanvas component variable. So here, we have create an Offcanvas instance with the constructor. Now under this Offcanvas sidebar, we want to display single employee data, so for this, here, suppose ID variable has some value, then it will receive single employee data, so here in else block, we have to write HTML variable, and here, we have append this HTML code. After this, we have to write data.result.map callback function with row variable as parameter. Under this, we have to write HTML variable, and here first, we want to write HTML code for display employee image. So here, we have to write image tag with source is equal to /row.images variable. So it will display employee images from this images folder. After this, we have to write division tag with class is equal to card body. Under this tag, we have to create header 5 tag with class is equal to card title. And here, we want to display employee name, so here we have to write row.nametable column. Below this, we have create paragraph tag with class is equal to card text. And for display employee address details, here we have to write row.address. After this, we have create one unordered list tag with class is equal to list group and list group flush. Under this, we have create 3 list tag with class is equal to list group item. In first list tag, we want to display employee gender, so here we have to write row.gender. In second list tag, we want to display employee designation details, so here, we have to write row.designation. In last list tag, we want to display employee age details, so here we have to write row.age table column name. Now we want to display this employee data in Offcanvas body, so here we have to write Offcanvas body dot inner HTML property is equal to HTML variable. And lastly, we want to display Offcanvas sidebar, so here we have to write Offcanvas.show method, so it will display Offcanvas side with employee data on web page. So here our code is ready. Now we have goes to browser, and here we have to refresh web page. And after refresh of web page, here we can see that employee data has been displayed in table format on web page. Now we want to view this employee data, so we have simply click on this employee row. And after click, here we can see that Offcanvas sidebar has been displayed on web page. and under this, we can see employee complete details. So here, we can view employee picture, name, address, gender, designation and age details. And here, we can also view close button, so we have click on this button, so Offcanvas sidebar has been closed. Same way, we want to view other employee details, so again we have click on row, and employee data has been displayed under Offcanvas sidebar. So here, without going to another web page, we can view employee details on the same page, and without refreshing or reloading of web page. So here, we have make simple Node application, in which we can view or load data in Offcanvas sidebar by using Vanilla JavaScript Fetch API. So here, we have stopped this video. If you have liked this video, please like this video and share with your friends and on social media also, and do not forget to subscribe our channel for get update of upcoming video.